Christmas University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, tonight we're playing the penultimate first-round match in this short series for alumni. So we already know that the teams from St John's College, Oxford and the University of Manchester are rubbing their hands with glee at the thought of playing again in the semi-finals. And to be guaranteed to join them, tonight's winners must score 175 or more. First, representing the University of Durham is a man who worked for the Sunday Times for 30 years as a critic in his chosen field, as well as contributing to The Guardian, The Wall Street Journal and The New York Times. He's edited the Journal of the Royal Institute of British Architects since 2006, and his books include Contemporary World Architecture and a study of the architecture of airports. Their next team member is a comedian and a familiar face from Mock the Week, Live at the Apollo, the Royal Variety Performance, 8 out of 10 Cats, and much else besides. He has a successful podcast, Off Menu, and his first stand-up special, Blood Sugar, has been seen worldwide. He also plays the lead role in BBC America's Almost Royal. Their captain's interest in her specialism was first sparked by an enthusiastic geography teacher who inspired her to study it at Durham. She went on to train at the Met Office in 2007 and joined the BBC the following year, where she now regularly presents on BBC Breakfast, Weather World with Nick Miller on the World News Channel and the Today programme on Radio 4. Now, often referred to as the YouTube astrophysicist, their final team member posts a weekly video on her Dr. Becky channel, which has over 100,000 subscribers who hear her discuss weird objects in space, the history behind a theory, and a recap of space news. Her debut science book, Space, 10 Things You Should Know, was named one of the Sky at Night magazine's top books of 2019. Let's meet the Durham team.
I'm Hugh. I graduated from Durham in 1977 in English Language and Literature. Went on to become an architecture critic, editor and author.
I'm Ed. I graduated from Durham in 2007 in philosophy, and I've converted that degree into telling fart jokes on stage.
And this is their captain.
I'm Sarah. I graduated from Durham in 2003 with a degree in geography. I'm now a broadcast meteorologist or a weather presenter at the BBC.
Hiya, I'm Dr. Becky Smethurst. I studied physics at Durham, graduating in 2012. I'm now an astrophysicist at Oxford, researching how supermassive black holes affect galaxies. For the rest of the time, I'm explaining what all of that means on YouTube.
Now, playing them is the team from Downing College, Cambridge, and their first member is a writer. Her debut novel, Becoming Strangers, was nominated for the Guardian First Book Prize and longlisted for the Booker. Her most recent, The Old Romantic, found transatlantic acclaim on Oprah Winfrey's Book of the Week. She's appeared at literary festivals, including Hay and Edinburgh, and also teaches novel writing, having founded what she calls a writing home for novelists. Their next team member is a theoretical physicist who's developed some of the first computer codes capable of handling photonic materials. He's been awarded the Dirac Medal, the UNESCO Niels Bohr Gold Medal, and the Institute of Physics Isaac Newton Medal. But even more thrillingly, he's known for creating an invisibility cloak, which is not a plot device out of Harry Potter, but a means of hiding objects from electromagnetic fields. In 2004, he was knighted for his services to science. Their captain is the BBC's media editor and leads their coverage of media and technology. He was made editor of The Independent at the age of 29, apparently the youngest such appointment at a British broadsheet and the first from an ethnic minority. He presents a range of programmes, including the media show The One Show Radio 4's Start the Week, and is a judge on MasterChef. He's written a book on spin bowling, and he's co-founded a charity, Key Sessions, which aims to help young people in London. Their final team member started her career as a government economist and went on to be the HSBC Investment Bank's UK economist. She left the trading floor to work for BBC News, during which time she worked on Panorama and covered the financial crisis from New York. She's also presented programmes on Sky News and business news for Radio 4's Today programme. Let's meet the Downing College team.
Hello, I'm Louise. I studied history at Downing. I'm an author of novels and founder of the writing school for novelists, The Novelry.
I'm John Pendry. I studied physics at Downing, graduated in 1965, and I'm now a Professor of Theoretical Physics at Imperial College London.
And this is their captain.
I'm Amal Rajan. I studied English language and literature at Downing, graduating in 2005. I'm a broadcaster and journalist at the BBC, but I only got to be editor of The Independent because Jeremy Paxman turned the job down.
That's true, actually.
Hello, I'm Darshini David. I read economics at Downing longer ago than I cared to admit to. I loved it so much, though, I still cover it today as an author and also on BBC News.
Right, 10 points at stake for this. The first starter question. Fingers on the buzzers, please. Name the author who wrote, "It snowed last year too. I made a snowman and my brother knocked it down and I knocked my brother down and then we had tea." The words appear in a nostalgic account of early 20th century Christmases spent in a Welsh seaside town. Nobody knows?
Downing Rajan.
Dylan Thomas.
It is Dylan Thomas, yes. Last Christmas in Wales. Right, your bonuses are on art in 2020. Who painted Portrait of the Duke of Wellington, the alleged theft of which from the National Gallery in 1961 is the subject of Roger Michel's film The Duke, screened at the 2020 Venice Film Festival?
Goya.
Goya is correct. You don't need to... You can confer. You can just answer through your captain. You don't need to buzz. Which British painter created the triptych inspired by the Oresteia of Aeschylus that sold for more than $84 million in an online auction in 2020?
Any ideas? Any ideas? Any faintly clever guesses? No, I don't. Pass.
That was Francis Bacon. And finally, an installation piece with the title The End, resembling a swirl of cream topped with a cherry, appeared on Trafalgar Square's 4th plinth in July 2020. Who created it?
Was it Mark Quinn? It was, oh, man.
Let's go, Yemen.
Tracy Emin or Mark Quinn? Mark Quinn?
That was Heather Phillipson. 10 points for this. I need a single word here. What adjective appears in the title of a novel for children first published in 1900, but was omitted from the titles of the Broadway musical version of 1902 and the film version of 1939? The novel ends with the words, "And oh, Aunt Em, I'm so glad to be at home again."
Durham Gamble.
Wonderful.
Correct. Right, your bonuses are on sporting achievements of October 2020. On October the 26th, 2020, in Milan, Theo Geoghegan-Hart from Hackney became only the second British man to win what major cycling event?
Is that the Giro d'Italia?
Which one?
Say again, Hugh.
Giro d'Italia.
The Giro d'Italia?
That's correct. The previous day, the Richmond Tigers had beaten Geelong Cats in the grand final of what sport?
Is that the ICC? Don't recognise the teams.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I thought it was like the Indian Cricket League.
Should we go for
Cricket, yeah.
Yeah. Cricket.
No, it's Australian football. Which team won the Rugby Union Six Nations tournament whose final matches had been postponed from March?
Any rugby fans?
Which was
one
it?
in 6.
Was it the Six? Is it England won the
Wales?
Six Nations, didn't they?
We've said all of them now.
I don't know.
No.
I thought England won the Six
Do you think England won it?
Oh, it could have been Ireland.
Oh, we've got all the teams. What do you want to go for?
Do you want to go for Wales?
Yeah.
Let's go for Wales. Wales.
No, it was England. 10 points for this. Which US author is this? Her first poetry collection, entitled Once, was published in 1968, followed by a debut novel, The Third Life of Grange Copeland, and a first collection of short stories entitled In Love and Trouble, Stories of Black Women. Her best-known novel is set largely in Georgia and was adapted into a 19...
Downing Dean.
Alice Walker.
Alice Walker is correct, yes.
Well done.
Your bonuses are on laboratory equipment. In each case, give the surname of the scientist after whom each object is named. Firstly, a vessel for maintaining the temperatures of liquids, consisting of an inner wall with a silvered surface separated from an outer wall by a vacuum.
Dewar.
Nominate Pendry.
Dewar.
Dewar is correct, yes. Secondly, named after a German chemist, a condenser consisting of a straight glass tube surrounded by a glass jacket through which water is pumped for cooling.
Nominate Pendry, even if he doesn't know.
Right, I'll guess. Leibniz.
No, it's Liebig.
Oh.
Bad luck. Named after another German scientist who lost the sight of his one eye in an explosion, a laboratory gas combustion device with a metal collar to regulate airflow.
Who lost his eye?
Metal collar to regulate gas flow.
You got a guess, didn't you?
No idea.
No, pass.
It's Bunsen.
Ah.
Bunsen burner. Right, for your picture starter, you're going to see a map of the contiguous United States. For 10 points, please name the city marked.
Durham Gamble.
Dallas?
No. Anyone want to buzz them down?
Downing Roger.
Austin.
No, it's Houston. So we'll come to the picture bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points for this. I need the name of a scientist here. The informal sums known as back-of-the-envelope calculations and a paradox about extraterrestrial life, sometimes described as where is everybody, both bear the name of which physics Nobel laureate born in Rome in 1901?
Olber.
Go for it.
You may not confer.
Downing David.
Bulba?
No. Anyone want to buzz from Durham?
Durham Smithhurst.
Alba?
No, it's Fermi. 10 points for this. In which play by Shakespeare does a nobleman say, at Christmas, I no more desire a rose than wish a snow in May's new-fangled mirth? These words are spoken by Brown in the presence of Longueville, Domain, and King Ferdinand of Navarre.
Durham Keith Lucas.
Twelfth Night?
No.
Downing Roger.
Tempest.
No, it's Love's Labour's Lost. 10 points for this. What precise two words conclude the US writer Michael Pollan's 7-word response to the question of what humans should eat to be maximally healthy? His reply begins, eat food, not too much.
Durham Gamble.
Just enough?
No.
Downing Dean.
And slowly?
No, it's mostly plants. 10 points for this. In which book of the Bible are the Ten Commandments first listed? The same book recounts the flight from Egypt of the people of Israel.
Downing David.
Exodus?
Exodus is correct, yes.
Well done.
Now, in 1970, which you saw on that map a moment ago, Houston was the location of the first tournament to form part of the professional women's tennis circuit called the Virginia Slims Circuit. It was set up by players to address a substantial gender pay gap and laid the foundation for the modern WTA Tour. For your picture bonuses, you simply need to identify the locations of 3 more events on this first circuit. Firstly?
Is that New Jersey? It's north. Is that north? That's north of New York.
Yeah, that's sort of, yeah.
Baltimore or Delaware?
Delaware. I think you're right, Delaware.
Delaware. Should we go for Delaware?
Yeah.
Delaware.
No, it's Philadelphia. Secondly, this place?
North of Texas.
I don't know.
Is it Tennessee? The state? I'm trying to think what.
Any guesses? No?
Des Moines? No, it's not Idaho. No, it's Tennessee. No.
Guess?
Not Utah, is it? Not.
No, Utah's
No, it's
further.
not.
No, we pass.
It's Oklahoma City. Finally,
Oh, Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Yes, it has.
Is that Las Vegas?
Yeah, it's Nevada.
Okay, Las Vegas.
it is Las Vegas.
Well done.
Right, 10 points for this. The birthplace of Samuel Johnson in 1709. Which city has a Gothic cathedral with 3 spires?
Durham Pierman.
Lichfield.
Lichfield is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on United States history, Durham. George Washington defeated a Hessian garrison at which battle in New Jersey on Boxing Day, 1776? His army moved on to Princeton shortly afterwards.
Monmouth was the one where it was a split. When was Yorktown? No, that was like 81, wasn't it?
That was that's later in the
Yeah,
that's in the second
later
half
in the
of
second
Hamilton,
act
yeah.
of Hamilton. Yeah, that's what happens in the first half. What about Chesapeake Bay? Is that Jersey?
Do you say Monmouth or Chesapeake Bay?
Monmouth is the one where they drew though because it was really bad.
Should we say Chesapeake Bay?
Yeah.
Or is
Is that Washington though?
Come on.
Chesapeake's in Jersey, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So it's as good a guess as any.
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Bay.
No, that's not in New Jersey, it's Trenton. On Boxing Day 1944, George Patton's Third Army arrived to relieve the Belgian town of Bastogne as part of a battle known by what name?
That's presumably the Battle of the Bulge.
Battle of the Bulge?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That. I'm happy with that.
Battle of the Bulge.
It was indeed the Ardennes Offensive. Born in Missouri in 1884, which First World War veteran and former US president died on Boxing Day 1972?
1972.
72.
Is it
God, no.
Patton?
I'm not
Patton or
sure.
Eisenhower?
What do you think?
Was Eisenhower in a World War soldier?
Come on.
Give me.
Eisenhower's as good as guess as any.
Yeah, I didn't say Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
No, it wasn't. Eisenhower was born later. It was Truman. 10 points for this. Comet, Black Telescope, Lionhead, Veiltail and Shubunkin are common breeds of what freshwater aquarium fish, also known binomially as Carassius auratus?
Durham Keith Lucas.
Is it a koi carp?
No.
Downing Rajan.
Tuna.
No. An interesting guess. No, it's a goldfish. Right, 10 points for this. Meanings of what four-letter word include a roll of fabric, to eat food quickly, to run away suddenly, to fasten a door, and a jagged flash of lightning?
Durham Pierman.
Bolt.
Bolt is correct, yes. Get these bonuses, you'll take the lead. Your bonuses are on names in Ian Dury's song Reasons to be Cheerful Part 3, released in 1979. In each case, give the person or place from the description. Firstly, the founder of the Black Consciousness movement in South Africa. He was killed in police custody in 1977.
Any ideas?
No.
No.
I don't know the song and I don't know the person.
I know.
No. Pass.
That was Steve Biko. Secondly, Dury mentions the soprano of which US saxophonist he recorded with Miles Davis and Thelonious Monk, and his albums include A Love Supreme, released in 1964.
Is that Miles Davis?
Yeah. The person who popped in
Miles
my head.
Davis.
No, he said he recorded it. That was part of the question, wasn't it?
Any ideas?
The jazz person I know is like Armstrong, but he's not really jazz, though, is he? So.
Any ideas?
Coltrane?
Coltrane's in it, yeah.
Coltrane.
Yeah.
Coltrane?
Yes, it is John Coltrane, yes. Finally, the Texas-born singer and songwriter whose hits include Every Day and Oh Boy. He died in an air crash in 1959.
That's Buddy Holly,
Buddy
isn't it?
Holly. Must,
Yeah. Buddy Holly?
Buddy Holly is correct, yes. We're going to take a music round now. You're going to hear a song from a film musical. For 10 points, I want you to tell me the name of the film.
And I can't wait to see
Durham Smithhurst.
Frozen.
Frozen is correct, yes. Embarrassing thing to know, but useful. That was Olaf the Snowman from Disney's Frozen singing In Summer. For your bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more songs featuring snowmen. In each case, I want you to name the artist singing. Firstly,
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a
Nat King
button
Cole?
nose and 2
Nat King
eyes
Cole?
made out of
Oh, I don't know though.
Anybody got any?
Frosty the Snowman.
Nat King Cole.
I don't think that's right. It popped in my head, but
yeah, but that's what...
it sounds like a
It sounds Christmassy, right?
One day,
Nat King Cole.
Let's go with that, shall we?
Just go with it.
Nat King Cole?
correct.
Hey!
Secondly,
Don't cry, snowman, not in front of me. Who'll get your tears if you can't get me, darling? If you can't
It's not
get
Adele, but
me,
it's
No.
darling. Don't cry, snowman, don't leave me this way.
Tone. I can recognise her voice, but I can't think.
Modern.
Amy Winehouse.
No, it's not Amy Winehouse.
Not Amy Winehouse, I think, but it's someone.
Is it Lana Del Rey? No. Someone like that, though.
I need an answer.
Is it Amy Winehouse?
No, it's Sia. And finally, who's this?
In the meadow, we'll build a snowman.
The Run... No.
It's not someone like. It's a film star. Marilyn Monroe.
No, I think so.
No. Any ideas?
Worth a guess, though.
Hang on, it sounds like Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton? Dolly Parton?
It's a bit southern, isn't it?
It's got the country twang.
Is it Dolly Parton?
No, it's not. It's Aretha Franklin. 10 points for this. What sequence of 5 letters ends 3 6-letter words that can mean a performer of arias or chansons, a spice related to turmeric, and a digit?
Downing Dean.
Inga.
Spell?
I-N-G-E-R.
Correct.
Well done, Louise.
Your bonuses are on common garden birds according to the RSPB's 2020 Big Garden Bird Watch. In each case, give the common name from the description. Firstly, Cardu ellis, a highly coloured bird with a bright red face and a yellow wing patch. It has, quote, a delightful liquid twittering song and call.
Who's got a garden? Bright red face. Yeah, I've got absolutely no idea.
Bright red face. Embarrassed. Cuckoo?
Red face.
No, it's in your garden, is it? Yellow wings.
Any idea? Any idea whatsoever?
Guess with Robin.
Yeah.
Robin's got an orange breast, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, not the face.
They're not.
Oh, we've got no idea.
No, we've got to say something.
We've got to say something.
Yeah, we've
What's
got
the
to
least
say
embarrassing thing I could say right now?
Robin.
Parrot.
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 I didn't say that. I was sort of recurred. No,
Yellowhammer.
Yellowhammer.
Well, that's no good at all. No, it's a goldfinch. Aegith allos caudatus, a new entry in 2020. This gregarious and noisy bird usually flies in excitable flocks of 20 or so. I need a 3-word common name.
Something crow. Something rook.
3-word common name.
Something starling.
Absolutely no idea. The lesser spotted bird.
It's not a J, is it? Or a T?
Is that your answer?
No, it's definitely not my answer. Any ideas? No. No.
It's a long-tailed tit.
Long-tailed tit.
Finally, on the top spot for the 17th year in a row, Passer domesticus. The RSPB describes it as the ultimate avian opportunist. I need a 2-word common name.
Cuckoo.
Magpie.
2-word.
Oh, 2 words. It's something J.
Something.
Something J.
Jackdaw's one word, isn't it?
Anything? 2 words?
Not 2 words, is it?
No. We don't know, essentially.
It's a house sparrow. 10 points for this. Circumvallate and foliate are among types of the small bumpy projections known as papillae found on what muscle of the human body?
Durham Keith Lucas.
The tongue?
The tongue is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on Tony Garnett, the film and television producer who died in 2020. In 1965, Garnett worked on which hard-hitting BBC play set in South London, directed by Ken Loach? It was adapted from a series of short stories by Nell Dunn.
Is that Kathy
Any
Come
idea?
Home?
Kathy, come
Kathy
home.
Come Home, would that be it?
Could be it. Any ideas?
No idea.
It's either that or Up the Junction.
I think Kathy Come Home.
It was his first thought.
Kathy Come Home?
No, it was Up the Junction. Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum, secondly, starred in which 1989 Hollywood comedy produced by Garnett? Davis plays a manicurist whose life changes when an alien spaceship crash lands in her swimming pool.
I want to see this film, but I haven't.
I think it's familiar.
It's not
but
The
I-
Fly, is it?
No, I don't think it's The Fly.
I have no idea. I want to see it, but I have no idea.
Any ideas on that? No.
Let's have it, please.
Pass.
It's Earth Girls Are Easy. And finally, Miles, Millie, Egg and Anna were 4 of the characters in which 1990s TV series produced by Garnett? It concerns a group of house-sharing young lawyers.
Is it this life? Is it This Life?
This life. It could be,
Yeah.
couldn't it? Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, happy with that. This Life?
It was This Life, yes. It's time for a picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a notable work of graphic design. 10 points if you can name its designer.
Downing Dean.
Modigliani?
No? Anyone like to buzz from Durham? You've no idea? It's Saul Bass. So we'll come to the picture bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points for this. In September 2020, Essex beat Somerset to win which trophy named after an England pace bowler prominent in the 1981 Ashes series?
Downing Rajan.
Bob Willis?
Bob Willis is correct, yes. So you get the picture bonuses. You saw the first significant film poster by the artist Saul Bass, whose centenary fell in 2020. Your picture bonuses are 3 more of his posters. This time, name the film in each case. Helpful text has, of course, been removed. Firstly?
Name the film. Any ideas?
She's #1 bestseller. This one's #1.
Let's have an answer, please.
Let's crack on because we're behind. What do you reckon? Any
No
answers? No, pass.
It's Anatomy of a Murder. Let's see the whole thing. There we are. And secondly, this one, please.
Any ideas? I haven't a clue. Pass.
That's Bonjour Tristesse,
Oh, but of course.
as you can see. And finally,
That is...
Not really.
Is it Vertigo?
Vertigo?
Vertigo, you reckon? Vertigo?
Yeah, let's go for Vertigo.
Vertigo.
it is. We'll see the whole thing.
Well
There
done.
it is. Well done. Named after a Canadian educational theorist, which proposition states that in every hierarchy, each employee tends to rise...
Downing Rajan.
Maslow?
No, you use 5 points, I'm afraid. Tends to rise to the level of their incompetence. I'll tell you, it's the Peter Principle. Right, 10 points for this. Concerning the mining of helium on a planetary satellite, what is the short single-word title of the BAFTA-winning 2009 science fiction film by the director Duncan Jones?
Durham Pearman.
Moon.
Moon is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are on the sciences. The answers are all 5-letter terms that are... And at the gong, Downing College, Cambridge have 65 points. Durham have 90. Well, it wasn't the most high-scoring of games, but it was very good fun. Durham, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you, Downing, too. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match of this series. Until then, though, it's goodbye from Downing College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Durham University.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.